Is the music loud enough? I don't want it to overpower me, but I don't want it to be too quiet too. I guess that's good. Let's get to a better song. I just like this one. Nice. Okay. I could make this small again. All right. Let's figure out some to-dos for the day. Where is... Okay. It's a little messy. I'd like to fix this Notion page as well. I know the music's too loud for me, but is it too loud for you? Why isn't that working? Froze. Oh well. Okay. It's been a while since I looked at this to-do list. All right, let's try to organize these in order. I don't really think I can do that right now. Back burner is where I put things that, how do I change the visibility of it? Hide. Okay. So put the stoplight over there. It's cool, actually. The neural network script's actually pretty well organized. You know what, Spotify's too loud. Actually, no. Yeah, Spotify is too loud for me. I'll lower it, but then I'll make my headphones louder and make it louder for you guys too. Because I don't want the alerts to come in louder than Spotify. Well, the song ended, so it's going to be hard to tell. Let's wait for the next one. Okay. It's too quiet. Okay. I think the music's alright. If this gets a lot too loud, I'll have to fix it though. Okay. I kind of fixed the camera tracking. Alright. Let's see what we have real quick. We have these guys learning. They're very fast. I'm zoomed in a little too much though. Okay. The camera lags. Oh, they figured that out so fast. Yeah, they got real good at learning. Because I added more cars in, so they figured this out real fast. If we take a look at, what is this? This is just the game view. What happened? Actually, I don't want to reset all layouts. Actually, I don't care. I don't have any custom layouts. That's better. Okay. Let's slow this down. Canvas. Just make it 3 times speed. Wait, I have to do that when it's not on. So we can see what's going on. Okay, cool. So now when it's slowed down, the camera actually works pretty well. But when I speed things up, it messes with it a lot. Okay. The score should be printing out down here. Where's my, oh, my console. I usually put that over here. I forgot that it didn't start over here. Okay, so the high score is 70. They are learning. I can speed them up a lot so they learn really fast. So right now what I'm trying to look at is what we have. We have to fix this camera thing. The rounds are taking forever, but that's kind of gets fixed. If all the cars are inactive, the round should just end. That'd be a good way to fix that. This car figured it out. Oh, doesn't say it might go all the way. There's a lot of randomness right now. So, okay. I want to put these on the screen, like in the game view. So we shouldn't have to go to scene view or the inspector for anything. Everything should be controllable from the game view. That's how I have to start thinking about this. So I want people to be able to use it. I can't have it working like that. Why is this? Oh. This is lagging my stream. That should be better. Yeah. I think they just finished their first time. I'm gonna end it. They're gonna have to relearn that. They didn't learn too much. I have to change the target frame rate. But that target frame rate's fine, yeah. I gotta change it to be not infinite. 60 FPS is fine for me right now. Now that I figured out the other consistency issue, I think that this should work. So just now, the frame rate was uncapped and my GPU was just going off the rails, so I had to cap the frame rate so it doesn't just max out my GPU, which messes up the stream. Better, much better. Now we're only using like 12% of my GPU instead of all of it. We needed all the frames before. We could speed this up 10 times just until they figure out how to do the track. I'd like to make an even bigger track too. That could be cool. Making like a really huge track. Alright, here we go. Now they're gonna learn fast. And the thing that I recently did was I made it so no matter what speed I make the game, it will make sure that every frame happens. So when you're playing a real game, it doesn't wait for all of the math to happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen on a few frames, which is why like you can clip through objects or it's not perfectly consistent, but it's more efficient that way. But I want it to update exactly the same every single frame. So now no matter what speed I make it, it will slow down to the maximum speed possible. Like if I made this game speed 100, it wouldn't actually go 100 times faster. It would go as fast as it could, unless 100 was as fast as it could go, which I don't think it could go that fast. But right now it's maxing out like 10 times speed. They are learning quite a lot, really fast. I feel like I have some more stuff to do in the neural network script itself. I wonder if there's a way that I could overlay them learning. I can just put it on the side, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, so in this script, no, not this script, the neural network script, I just want to make sure that this is clean and makes sense for people who are just picking it up. Oh, I should record this. Actually, sure, I'll record it. And the music. Oh, it got stolen. That's all right. Leave it off for now. I actually wanted recording without music anyways. I wonder if I could do like an intro to a video. I've seen people do that. It looks very smooth though now. Didn't look this smooth before. Okay. So this doesn't have anything to do with the brain. It shouldn't be in here. And it's using the saving and loading asset. Ugh. Okay. Really, that should probably go on the car itself. Just saved you. It saves the brain. Sure. Let's change this back to like 2x speed. Just because it gives me like a... We're not actually trying to train them right now. I already know that it does, and I have a brain saved for a good one. So if I wanted to show you guys how good it could get, I could just load it in. It's more just to see how things look. They do jitter a little. So I want to change the way the car works today. Yeah, make the cars more like cars. Make the map larger. I think I did that. I can make it even bigger though, so I'll leave it there. Add save and load options. I don't know what that means. Like options. I added the save and load. Oh, like add it to the UI, maybe? Yeah. Could I nest things? That'd be cool. No, I can't. Add some UI elements is important. That's actually get the high scoring screen. Figure out the better saving system. I guess, yeah. Remove old assets from the floor. We could do that right now. Let's just do that quick. Organize the neural network script. That's just been a to-do that's like constantly ongoing. I just want to look at it real quick one more time. So something that happens in here that I don't like is the outputs get used in this script. I'd rather you call this script from somewhere else. Yeah. I'd rather you call this script, this function from another script, this brain function. instead of calling it in the neural network file or script, you call it from a different script, like the car script would have a neural network on it. So you call the brain from the car itself and not in the neural network itself, because with this, then you have to handle the outputs right in here. So it's basically the opposite of the way I'm doing it right now. Right now, I'm taking the outputs from the car and saving it here. And the raycast. So it doesn't need, well, actually, no, I wouldn't even need to do the raycast either because that's what's getting passed in, the rays. So yeah, instead of using this car object, or R and C for the controller and the rays, I would instead put this brain call in the car script. Yeah, I could do that. Let's actually add that as a to-do. Put brain function call on car instead of in NN file, neural network file. Okay. Yeah, and let's remove those old assets from the floor right now. Let's pause this. Okay, so these assets and things I don't want, we're just gonna get rid of right now. I know there's an easy way to select objects. I don't remember how to do it though, so I'm just gonna, well, what are these? Yeah, all these checkpoints. So I have to shift click? Oh, okay. Okay, so those are all gone, but not. I don't know what this event system is. I don't want to get rid of it without knowing what it is. Am I even using this checkpoint system anymore? I don't think I am. All right, let's see if that broke anything. Okay. Let's see if we can still press play safely. It looks fine to me now. It looks better without things on the floor. I'd like to put the racetrack on the ground. And I'd like to improve what the ground looks like. So I actually was looking for terrain packs on the asset store, which is not here anymore. No. Um, hmm. Asset management. Oh, so asset store. Okay, so I can open the asset store and then I need to open the package manager. Keep that here. Outdoor ground textures, yeah. Let's download that. Oh, wait, I don't want to actually do it while it's playing. I just double tapped. All right, download. I just want to make it look nicer because maybe add some grass. That's all I'm going to do. Just add a grass texture. I'm really bad at importing things because I don't bother reading everything. And it's a very, very bad habit. I don't make actual games with anything yet, but I know that if I keep doing that, it's going to be bad. And I should really have an assets folder because it looks like it just gets thrown wherever. What do I want? This one looks good. So where's my floor? It's probably just a cube. Let me see the scene. Yes, this whole floor. Could I just drag this on it? That's pretty cool. I've never really used textures before. So what's the smoothness do? I don't even know. Just leave that back to 0.5 because I don't know what that really does. Tiling, I'm guessing, is what I want to change. Yes, I want more tiles, so I want to make these like 10 by 10. Does that add more tiles? Oh, that looks kind of gross. Yeah, that's hideous. Okay. Different ground, different ground. Wait, what is this? Oh, is it like a combination? Is it like a combo? That actually looks better. I'm not sure if I actually did something, though. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. I didn't change the tiling this time. It did. So if I press play, does that look any better? It doesn't match at all. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah, no, that's gross. I just want to not the prototype. And if I move this whole map down, actually, no, I'm going to move the whole floor up. That'd be easier. Okay. Let's clip it right there. All right, let's try this. Actually, that looks a little better. Oh, it's taking forever because I don't have it sped up. All right, we won't watch that happen. Actually, no, unless we could just restart it. It's how slow, literally how slow it is. Let's speed up real fast so they learn real quick, and then slow it down. Yeah, I have to fix the camera. While we're letting them learn, let's go to the camera script, choose target. I have it so it doesn't happen every frame because I was trying to be more performant about it, but I think we should just do it every frame. For now, I'll just leave this boolean in, but I'll probably get rid of it completely. Let's see if that helps the camera stay on track. I think it does, but I'm not sure if it really affects performance a lot. If it does, then we don't want it to. But right now, it should always be following the car that's in front. So whichever car gets in the lead, it follows. It looks like it's doing that really well. Cool. And we have it sped up a lot, 20 times speed. That's better. So that that's fixed. I'm gonna call that fixed. That's not a to do. It was a to do. Fix camera tracking, but I considered it fixed, but it was still lagging. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. What's next? Move old assets from the floor. Done. Add some UI elements. Even with the ground looking as bad as it does right now, it still looks better than it did with the prototype thing. I think the shadow messes. Actually, no, the shadow looks good too. Let's slow it down to 2 times speed. I want to see. Oh, what is the camera doing there? Just jittering a ton. Oh, it's because it was updating which cars in the front very rapidly because the one in the front has the best score. Huh. And this is my don't go backwards wall. Sometimes it messes up. Like these cars will just get caught on these checkpoints, so I have to get rid of them eventually. Okay, I like the way the ground looks better now, a little bit. And now it'll be easy to level out the ground because I just have to make it touch the ground or touch the floor. I should really just figure out a height that I want everything to be at and then just make it all the same height. So it's just 2D. I was going to make it a 3D map, but the way that the cars work right now, there's no actual physics, so it'd be silly to do that. Um, oh, you know what it is? This is like a tiny blade of grass, and this is a track. That's why it looks so weird. This ground is like still too big. I was wondering why it looked weird. That's like obviously bad. So let's make it 40. Let's make it like extremely small. Is that bad? Yeah, 10. 10. That's a little better. Yeah, that actually looks good. Actually looks kind of good. Cool. All right. Let's give them an obstacle real quick. Actually, no, I already know they're gonna handle it. I have to try to make sure that I don't watch these guys train because I've been doing that so much lately. Add some UI elements. All right, what do we want to add first? Get the high score on the screen. Let's do that. We have our canvas here. Um, we have the scorekeeper on our canvas already, so that's actually pretty good. How do we? Oops. I just want to add the highest score. Text Mesh Pro. I don't know the difference between these things. Text Mesh and Mesh Pro. Or text. I don't know. It's a UI, so I'm just gonna say UI. Okay. Sure. Let's go with that. Um, oh, that's what I could do. I could actually link this, right? Can't you do something like that? No. All right, I'm gonna have to look this up real quick. Real quick. I haven't used the text UI in a while. How to get text on canvas in Unity. This is such a dumb thing to be looking up. All I need to know is how to link this our high score to the canvas. And I'm also trying to figure out which type of text mesh to use. So I'm just gonna see what they use. Hmm. Okay, that might be on the right track. Um, let's just see how things look real quick. Okay, looks much better with the grass, as I said before. Um, they're figuring stuff out. What is this? So I have to import these. Yeah, I don't want Text Mesh Pro then. Wow, they figured that out fast to train how to drive around the track. That's really cool. I did smooth out some of the sharp turns because they were clipping on the corners. Like if there's a jagged edge, that sometimes a few of them would clip through and just die, like because they're trying to get so close to the wall as when they start to optimize that it just like clips through and breaks, or that doesn't break, but they survive sometimes. It dies sometimes as well, which I didn't like. So I just smoothed everything out to make it easier for the training purposes. Um, so let's just end this and import whatever it's asking, I guess. All right. Okay, so if I type something in here, tests, I can see what it looks like, right? Can I not? Oh. Oh, it's up there. Okay. Can I? Oh, it's all the way up there. Okay. I just couldn't see it. Cool. So I've done this before. I want to go with Text Mesh Pro on my scorekeeper script. So we have the best score ever, and we also have the high score. I want the high score actually, which is somewhere. High score. Okay. So right here, instead of debugging, I want to update the high score on the UI. Yeah. So at the top of this file, I think we need to get a Text Mesh Pro um, reference. Oh, I remember this being weird. It's some sort of weird way to get a Text Mesh Pro. Um, why am I using Text Mesh Pro in the first place? Yeah, let's not use Text Mesh Pro. Let's just use regular text. I thought that that was like a thing that we had to use. Yeah, just regular text. Why did I make it more complicated than it needed to be? For now. All right. Okay. So yeah, so there's public text. That's what I was doing. Nope. Text. High score. All right, and then you link that in. High score text. And then down here, when we get a high score, right here, we're going to say high score text dot text equals high score. And then we're going to add in our high score. Is that it? We're good with that? It says there's an error somewhere. Do I have to import text thing? The type namespace name text cannot be found. Are you missing? Okay, so it's telling me that it doesn't have a reference. I knew that. I thought it was a code problem, not a reference problem. Okay, so right here in our scorekeeper, we should have a new thing. What's wrong with this? Oh, so you could display text without world space. That's cool. That's not what I wanted either. Hmm. What does that mean? Let's just copy and paste that. Okay, so I have to include using Unity engine. Not UI. That's all that was wrong with it? Okay. So now if I go back, it should update that in the canvas. And now we should be able to link in our text. I think. Oh, high score text. Cool. I click on this. Canvas. No. Hmm. Oh, okay. That actually does work. Oh, cool. All right. So now if I run this, it should actually work once we update it first. That's actually, that was actually pretty easy. Cool. So now I don't have to look down here for the high score. That can even be a little bigger. It's not going to update right now, but I just want to see how it looks. Oh, no, it's at 60. Yeah, so we also have to change the high score after they do a complete lap to be not an like infinite number and actually be it. Oh, well, I could actually use that under the hood, but display the fastest time, if that makes sense. Yeah, let's do that. So in our script here, yeah, so if my score is greater than 10,000, then we're going to do a different type of update. My score.text equals, it's going to be the same thing, except I'm going to subtract. Am I going to subtract? What am I going to do? Minus 99999, whatever. How many numbers is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, so 2 more. All right, so we're going to subtract that from it. I'm just trying to flip it. So that would make it a negative. This is so backwards, but if I multiply it by a -1, it should be right now. So it's not going to be right. Oh wait, it's always going to do the other one still. I have to do else. Okay. This is such a backwards way of doing things, but just so it looks nice. That's what I wanted to do. Let's see if that works. So until it does a full lap, it's just going to count up in score. So now it should be normal, low score. Yeah, high score 49. But then after that, it's going to be seconds almost. All right, figured out on the second try. So yeah, that's how many seconds it took. It took 74 seconds. So now the lower the score, the better. We could format that to be seconds. So divided by um, how do you do integer division? I guess I could cast it as an int afterwards. Divided by um, wait, what am I trying to get? 3 decimal places? So 1000. And then cast that to an int. This is so backwards. Then you do plus a period. And then plus this whole thing. This whole thing. Then what? Instead of dividing by, I could subtract. Oh, this is so backwards and dumb. But I could subtract this int from it. Oh god. That's so gross. Thank you for yelling at me. I appreciate it. I deserve it. What's wrong here? String and int where? Let's see if this works the way that I want it to. If it works on the first try, it's going to be disgusting because I was like, there's definitely a better way to do that. So we just have to wait for them to do a full lap, see if that works. I could load in the brain, but they've been learning really quick, so it's okay. All right, and 74.74. That's wrong. So that means this isn't actually subtracting. High score. -1. Wait, why is this casted to an int too? Oh wait, yeah. So then over here we're doing the subtraction. Minus this casted to an int. That should be good. Maybe it's not casting it to an int properly. I honestly should figure out the right way to do this instead of doing this weird. Oh wait, it's already an int. I could just mod it. Why? Why didn't I do that? Okay. You can get rid of this whole gross thing. After the period. I'm just starting over. Yeah. So we still need to do the weird subtraction to flip it. So we have to subtract that, then times -1. That's it. Just to flip our number back to a low score instead of a high score. And then, now what we could do, I don't like that. Oh, it's an extra parentheses. Now what we could do is mod this by 1,000. And that should be good. That should be good just like that. Let's try that. Cool. That's perfect. But it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Oh, it's not wrong. It's right. Our high score's here. It looks like it's off by 1 though. But it's always, and it always ends in an 8 though, which is consistent with how it's supposed to behave. Really, that last number doesn't actually mean anything, so I could kind of get rid of that other decimal place. It just did it on its own. I really should get rid of that other decimal place. So now you just see how fast they get. So instead of high score, it should be fastest time. Fastest. Yeah, fastest time is a better way to word that. Because high score it makes it seem like there should be a high number for it to be better. So yeah. Let's change this to. We could make it high score until it becomes fastest time. Because there's a swap, so we'll leave the bottom one. But once it does a full lap, then it switches over to the fastest time method. Because until it does one full lap, it doesn't. It's not optimizing for time yet. It's just trying to figure out the track, which is why you need the score and checkpoints first. Okay. I'm pretty impressed that it learns it in only 3 rounds, the whole track. So that's cool. Fastest time now. I could add a second to the end of that as well. Nice. That looks cool. Could be a little bigger. I did make it 60 before. Forgot. I made it 80. Is that too big? The text. No, it's fine. I just shouldn't have it start with the word test though. It swapped to fastest time. It's a little weird the first time you see it, but after it does it once, then they're just going to try to keep getting faster and faster. Why are they learning so fast now all of a sudden? So yeah, that 8 never changes, so I think I'm just going to get rid of that. In order to do that, though, that's going to be some reworking. Um, I could rework it, or I could just cut it off. I'm just gonna cut it off. So I'm just gonna do the same thing we did before, divide it by 10, and cast it to an int. Just, this is very lazy. So now we should only see 2 decimal places. I could load in a brain, but it's honestly, it figures it out so fast that it's not even worth the time it takes to pause it and load in the brain. Yeah, like that. Basically got it. Done. Okay, nice. 74.63 seconds. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. As long as that changes from a 3. If that becomes not a 3, I'll feel safer. Okay, cool. It's working. So as you see here, I have the top 10 average time too. I could make that show up on the screen as well. And what kind of texture I could put on the road to make it more road-like? So originally I thought that the texture of the cars themselves is what was causing slowdowns, but it's really the movement scripts. It's not the drawing that's slowing it down. It's the raycasts, the neural network, and the movement, I believe, like the controller. Oops. I just killed my camera on accident by clicking the camera app. Can I just close that and fix it? Come on back. Please. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna shut it off and turn it back on again. Show that. Is that app still open maybe in the bottom? Deactivate it. And then reactivate it. There we go. Okay. So yeah, they're just getting faster and faster. It's really cool to watch. So if I was playing this at regular speed, it would take 60 seconds rather than do a lap. 66. Which actually tells me that their speed is actually quite slow. But these cars also don't have any sense of steering. I mean, they do have a slight sense of steering, but they don't have sense of like momentum. I really want to give them momentum. I don't know how to do that. So right now, the way that I'm moving this guy is just by moving the position. That's how they move. So in the controller, I believe, we have player velocity. No, we don't use player velocity. So this is what I want to do. Where does player velocity come from? Player, is that a thing? Oh, player velocity. So vector 3 player velocity. How's that get used? Oh, controller.move player velocity times. I don't think that worked properly. Because is this in an update? No, it's in a fixed update now. But I don't think that this controller.move happens instantly. I could be wrong though. So we don't do this in here anymore. We don't need that. This is how I change the position in terms of forward and backward of the car. Yeah. But and this is how I change the rotation. So first I change the rotation, so like steering, and then I move them forward. Hmm. What I like to do though is clamp the values between. You know what? Let's give them back the ability to control the throttle, and let's see how they do. This is what this is: forward, backwards control. So they decide how strong they want to press on the gas. And I think I also just reduced the turning radius by making it between -1 and 1, so it can't turn more than a certain angle. I just want to see how this changes what they learn and how it changes the top speed they could get. So this is still 20 times speed, but they now they can have the ability to stop. If they think they're going to crash, they could slow down. So that's why you see them doing this weird thing. Okay, they figured it out. So that wasn't a challenge really. They're still getting really fast times. And they basically just figure out just hold down the throttle all the way. I want to force them to not be able to do that though. Like give them a sharp turn where you have to slow down for it, basically. Which will happen if I give them a sense of momentum. So how could I do that? So what if I make LR like very low? They can't turn that much right now. I just made it 10 times harder for them to turn just by changing that one number. So now they're going to have to slow down in order to make any turn. See what I mean? Like they can't make the sharp turn. Okay, that one figured it out a little bit. I wonder if they could still figure out how to drive at all. Okay, one of them got it. Oh, I wonder if they'll learn how to like turn around and go backwards. That's what it almost looked like it did. I don't know why they're just stopping there. They're either dying or stopping. It's hard to tell. What I might need to do is decrease the randomness for this. Or increase it, I don't even know. So yeah, it's on the canvas, right? Where's the... Yeah. Looks like they're kind of getting it. No, they might need even more randomness now. They were learning how to use just the right side of their brain. Like just the right cast on the right. So the one that gets to a left turn, it doesn't know what to do. Or a right turn, it doesn't know what to do. So far, no one's figured that out. Turn the other way. Oh, one of them just got a higher score. No, it didn't. Can they do it? I guess they just can't do it. I might be giving them too hard of a task. Is it not possible? Looks like they're almost getting it, but they're not getting it enough to hit the next checkpoint. Well, that one almost has it. Oh, cool. So the score went up a little bit. Maybe they'll figure it out. Hmm. I think that one's going backwards now. You know what? I think we need a lot more randomness. Let's try that. Let's increase this to like 10. I've never done this. I never made the mutation amount that much. I think it's too much, actually. Yeah, that is too much. Let's put back to 1. Oh, one of them just had a little breakthrough, it looks like. Guess not. Yeah, they're not going to figure this one out. I can tell already. It's not going to happen. Okay, maybe that was too much. What if I just half their turning speed? Is that enough to make them need to slow down? Might not be. Oh, it looks like it is. Okay. So now they have to slow down to make sharp turns. So they're gonna have to figure out how to do that. Nice. So they could go as fast as they want, but they won't make it around sharp turns if they don't slow down. So this is a harder problem for them to solve because now they have to control 2 outputs at the same time, turning left and slowing down. And they figure out them both in tandem. Okay, this guy figured out that slow and steady is the way to go. He's the only one making it that far though. He hasn't had any children like him yet. Oh, and is the round ending there? Is that why he's not going any further? Or is he just stopping? No, the round must be ending. He's going really slow. Okay, somebody made it faster. Oh, they almost made it all the way. It looks like they'll figure out how to make it in 80 seconds. There we go. Okay, so now they're going for time now. It's much different. So they did figure out how to slow down around turns, which is cool. So they have to now. If we watch it and like slow down speed, we should be able to see them to making these decisions. Slow down around turns and stuff, which is cool. So let's watch it. Okay, so they go this way. They slow down a little, make it around that bend. They have to do the same thing there. Yeah, so whenever they think they're not going to make it, they slow down a little. That's really cool. That is. So now I guess what they have to optimize for now is like what's the maximum speed for each turning radius, and that's how they're going to improve their scores. I'm gonna let these train a little bit because it's gonna be cool to see what they learn. So yeah, in the beginning, these guys started out very simple. They only had the ability to turn. That's it. And there was no like complex physics. So I want to just keep adding more parameters for these guys to try to figure out and make it harder and harder for them to solve the problem. Because even just adding the ability to control the throttle just now made it much harder for them to figure out. So doing that is going to be a cool thing to do to also test to see what the neural network could learn. Is it able to figure out all the problems or does it need some adjusting? Are they still learning? Are they just stuck? They look stuck. there we go. I really wish that I could use the old cars again, because those were cool. Ugh. Well, now I want to put some like complex things in here for them. Oh, they're gonna have to relearn everything. Damn it, I didn't save their brain. um, so right around like here, I want to add like a really sharp turn. How could I do that? 'Cause I don't want to mess up the geometry of this. I would rather just make it sharp turn somehow. Let me think about this. If I just gave it a new object. Let's just put a cube in here. Where is it? Okay, there it is. All right, so I want this cube to just be in the way. And if we give it the wall tag, that means it will behave as the same as any other wall. So I'm going to put this like here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it even more rotated like that, so they really have to turn around this. It's really just making it very skinny over here, and I wonder if they could figure it out, because that seems hard. All right, let's see it. They're going to take a while to even get to this point again, because I forgot to save their brain. But the game view is actually looking pretty good. Without needing anything. So yeah, I wonder if they're gonna die in that corner. I know it, because it looks like that's where they should go. But it's okay. Okay, sound just stopped. It didn't know. I was like, I don't know what to do here. Yes, they don't know how to get past the wall. I wonder if they'll ever figure it out. Oh, they're almost getting it. They're right there. They just have to go turn right now. I, I think it's pretty cool when the cars are able to stop, but they shouldn't be able to stop on a dime. Maybe that's all I need to change. Is there, instead of changing their velocity instantly with the forward back, it should be changing their speed. Like it should be throttles and brakes. They don't need reverse. They don't need to be in reverse. So I should just make it brakes, slow it down, and gas speeds it up. Because right now they could instantly change their speed if they want, which is why they could stop on a dime. Let's try to implement that. So instead of right here, this position thing, player speed times FB. So FB is forward back value. So what I need is FB velocity. Let's call it velocity. Velocity FB equals starts off at 0. So we'll do this up above, and it's going to be a float. So I'm just going to move this into start, I guess. We don't actually do anything in start. I should just put it in start, though. So it doesn't have to be public. Just be float velocity FB equals, well, it doesn't have to equal anything, so I'm setting it there. Cool. What's wrong with that? Does not exist. Oh. Okay, so now what we do is we say velocity FB plus equals FB. Oh, this is gonna get some really weird. Divided by 100. No, divided by 10. I think that works decently well. It still might be able to change its speed too fast because I don't know. I don't have like a quantifiable way to measure how quick the acceleration or deceleration of this FB divided by 10 is. That's an interesting concept that I have to figure out. Okay. So now instead of multiplying it by FB, we multiply it by velocity. Velocity of FB. And now this is going to be able to change each time depending on what this is, but it won't change instantly because this is being added or subtracted to it. It's not instantly changing. That could be enough to do it, I think. Oh, they made it past our wall. I missed it though. Let's see this now. They might not be able to figure it out, or it might be very wrong. I should cap the velocity. It looks like they're just like instantly speeding up. But, I mean, if they go too fast, that's on them. No, maybe it's on me. Maybe it's on me. The score's at least going up slightly. Let's divide it by more than that. Let's say 100, because it looks like they're going way too fast. I want them to be able to, I want to see a actual speeding up and slowing down. Yeah, that is actually very fast acceleration. So, yeah, okay. It's still pretty fast, I think. But they're figuring it out now. It's not too hard for them to manage. Let's change. Let's do another magnitude. It's still too fast. Okay, now that should be good enough for them to slowly accelerate. Yeah, so if they go too fast, they can't make the turn. So they'll have to learn how to manage their acceleration. There we go. camera's a little shaky because they're moving like so fast, but it's because we have it sped up so much. Oh, cool. When we made it around. Maybe we shouldn't put the wall in with this new mechanic. But it will teach them to be cautious, so I bet, you know what? Oh, there we go. They figured it out. But then died? Why did it die? Hmm, that's weird. It should be consistent, but it doesn't actually look very consistent anymore. Hmm. Is that not in a fixed update? No, it is. Fixed update, yeah. I guess just adds more discrepancy between the cars. I think we should decrease the randomness. Let's make it 0.1. So now all the cars should be doing very similar things now. Hmm. Well, while they're trying to figure that out, I won't change the code, but let's figure out what else to do. So we added the high score to the screen. Good. Completed. Um, add save and load options. So we really need a main, like a pause menu, which I've never done before. I've never added like a pause screen. So I guess if you press escape, I want a new window to pop up. Add a pause screen when you press escape. I could also add a main menu. This isn't a real game though, it's just a simulation. So adding the main menu might be overkill, but maybe not. They almost got it. They just can't figure out how to turn fast enough. Oh wait, are they all dying? Is that what's happening? What's going on here? So many of them are going backwards. Why? Oh, they're all just dying here? No, they go backwards. They actually go backwards. Why is that? That shouldn't be giving them any score. Okay, more of them are going forward now. I don't know why that's the best strategy right now. Does it need less randomness? What's going on? Oh, we're not resetting the velocity. We're not resetting the velocity. Um, yeah, when we reset the car in our... So I do need to make this public. public. So in our scorekeeper, we're supposed to reset all of the variables for the cars, so that way they don't retain anything between rounds. But they're actually keeping their current velocity, which is why they're all flying backwards. Because they were, yeah. So that's why we're seeing no learning happening, because they're still flying backwards when they start. So in here, I probably was resetting the. Oh no, I was only changing the position. There was no velocity, so I have to add something. So it's in the controller. Yeah, this FB0. So yeah. So I have to do con dot velocity b equals 0. There we go. That's why they're not learning anything. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Okay. Restart that. They're gonna now I stared at them for too long during that run for them to not figure it out. Okay, so we should see better results here. I want to see them actually move around. Okay. So yeah, they do gain speed, which is cool. They just have to learn how to manage that speed now. They're not learning how to manage their speed. Okay, they are. They're learning how to turn right. Where's the next score? Oh, we're on the scene view. Yeah, this camera angle is a little janky. I actually would kind of like it if it was almost like this. Like at a slight angle, following them, but staying in the same position. Maybe. Yeah, what if I changed? I'm just gonna test it. What if I change the camera angle? Not that one. The Z direction? No, not that one either. These could be 0, 0, 0. And then this one I want to change to be like, maybe like that. It looks, even that looks a little better. I think like that is perfect. And we could, what kind of AI algorithm are you using for the agents? So I made a neural network basically from scratch. That's the short answer to that. It's this script, this file right here is just a neural network with currently 8 input nodes, 20 hidden nodes, and then 2 outputs, and 2 layers of the hidden nodes. So it's just a neural network, and it's using a genetic algorithm between rounds to randomly mutate at the. So whichever car gets the best score, we randomly mutate off of that one to create all the children of that best car. And each round, like about half the cars get new brains that are based off of the best ones of the last round. So they're figuring it out. I put this wall here, and it's a real struggle point for them. I was just seeing if they could figure it out. They did it once, but I didn't see them figure it out. Right now, I just gave the cars a sense of velocity because I made the cars from scratch too, and originally they were just changing the position, and they had no sense of velocity, so they could just make any turn as sharp as they wanted without any consequences. So now I added a sense of velocity, and I also lowered their turning radius so they can't make turns instantly on a dime like they were before. So now they actually have to think about what the upcoming turn needs. I'm not sure if they'll figure out this wall that I put there. I might just remove it so they could do a full lap in peace. But yeah, I plan to make this neural network script as easy to understand because I plan on teaching with it. So this is all extra stuff. Where's the neural networks stuff? Gotcha. So not reinforcement learning like PPO or Impala. So I guess it's not really in reinforcement learning, but it is reinforcing the best car. So they are getting a score, I get, is it kind of like reinforcement learning? It kind of is, but with genetic algorithm. So they're getting a high score, and whichever one gets the highest score is being reproduced off of that, which seems similar to reinforcement learning that I've done in the past, but I haven't worked with it too much, so it might be different. Come on, they can make it. Maybe I should just get rid of the wall. After they do a full lap, it switches from a high score to the fastest time to do a full lap. And then they just try to optimize for speed at that point. Right now, they're just trying to get past this point, but then after this, they're going to optimize for speed. So yeah, you know what? Let's just for now. That camera view is pretty bad too. How did that car get over there? Should move it. Leave it in there a little bit. It's not going to matter anymore. Can they make it to the end? No, they're not fast enough yet. They might not be fast enough at all. Right now, the round's only 80 seconds, and they're sped up really fast. It's a cool angle to watch, though. When you speed it up really fast, this camera angle is a little bad to look at. How could I change this? Could I change the height? Am I able to do that? No, it like updates, I think. Yeah. I have to change it in the script. Yeah, so let's change the scene view. They're making it pretty far. If I give them enough time to make it a full lap, we'll see the score, the time-based scoring happening. Canvas time. Let's make this 100 instead. So next round they'll have a little bit more time. That still might not be enough. They're actually getting really close. So now this time we should see them. Oh, they don't know how to do this turn yet. Oh, sorry, I forgot that when I zoom out, it's much smaller for the stream than for me. How could I wanted to shut off gizmos, that's right. Out of curiosity, why did you choose this approach using evolution to tweak the weights of the neural network as opposed to other techniques like deep Q networks, DQN? What is DQN? Deep Q learning? Is that what that is, or I don't know. I'm just kind of fascinated with the evolution side of things, and it's kind of cool to figure it out. This is like a genetic algorithm, and I just like watching this kind of stuff evolve basically because it actually does evolve like each round. It just slowly learns, and it's much harder because it's hard to figure out how to score these guys, and it's hard to rate the neural network because I don't know what the solution is. So it's hard for me to go back and say you were right, if that makes sense. Like if you're trying to do like is this a dog or a cat thing with a picture, you actually know what the right answer is. You could be like, no, that you were wrong. That wasn't a dog. It was a cat. So that network was bad. Go back and change it. So it's better at picking the right dog or cat. But with this, I don't know the right answer. So it's much harder to give the network a score. And I think that's my main reason for going with a genetic approach or like evolutionary approach, because it's just figuring out what the answer is. I don't really know. If that makes sense. I'm sure there might be a way to do it better, because I do have a way of scoring it. So maybe if you get a low score, update the network in a certain way. But I'm still trying to figure that stuff out too. I'll look into it though. I'll try to see. I want to be able to answer that question better. So thank you for asking it. I definitely want to know that this is the right choice. I just kind of went down this path just because I'm interested in it. Should just be able to take the score. Okay. I wonder how that approach is different. Like how does I'll have to look into that because I might be able to add that and I might be able to learn better. It'd be cool to see like the a comparison. Another thing that I want to do. Yeah, so this doesn't have any back propagation. This is just yeah, that's what this is replacing. There is no back propagation. It's just the whichever car is the best gets randomly changed. So back propagation is a thing that we're lacking. Yeah. I guess there's so many actions taken during a round that it's hard to tell which one affected the score. Maybe. So there's so many, it's making a different action every second or every fraction of a second. But but you could be right about that. I definitely will look into that. Another thing that I want to do is do like a neat where the network changes in each evolution. That's one of the real reasons why I am doing the evolution based thing because I also want the networks to evolve too. I forgot to mention that. And like my next that's my next big step after I figure out some other things is to make the network actually evolve over time too. Happy to chat sometime. I did a bit of reinforcement learning for playing Atari games with OpenAI Jim. That's I started with that like 5 years ago, but I never really figured it out in a meaningful way to actually understand how things work. That's why I wanted to make this neural network from scratch completely because I was trying to follow tutorials to use the OpenAI Gym, and they just used so many libraries and packages that I didn't understand what was going on. I was able to make programs that worked and kind of solved the problems, but I didn't understand it at all. So that's why I'm going from a bottom up approach now instead of using packages and stuff. I just want to learn the basics and slowly make my problems harder and harder. So that's why I'm just adding more and more parameters to these cars because I want to make the problem more complex for them to solve and try to implement new solutions. Because maybe this genetic evolution approach isn't enough to figure out something eventually, and then I'll have to switch to either neat or deep Q learning and even some recurrent neural networks. And I just want to slowly evolve my neural network abilities and AI knowledge through like new problems that I create for myself. But OpenAI Gym is great. I do want to mess with that again because I did it in the past and didn't understand as much as I do now. So it'd be fun to take a crack at some of those problems again, just using solutions like this. So they still didn't do a full lap. I'm really surprised by that. Let's just give them even more time. Um, 150. So I finally got the simulation in a state where it's extremely consistent. So no matter what I make the game speed, like even if I made this 100, it would wait for every frame to update perfectly before it moves on to the next. And that was a problem previously where if you made the game too fast, it wouldn't be consistent. It wouldn't like it would skip frames. Right now it actually skips frames, but it doesn't skip physics updates anymore. So it always makes sure that every decision is made by every car each update. So it makes it extremely consistent. I don't know why they can't figure out this turn. Oh, there we go. I jinxed it. I just got it. So now when we go to the game view, it says fastest time instead of highest score. I really want to change this camera though. It's really hard to look at because it's so zoomed in. What if I just um can I change the position a different way? Um Field of view, does that make it oh okay. That's actually a good way to zoom out. Kinda. It's gonna make things warped for now, but I'll change it back after. So yeah, now we'll just see the time just slowly go down because they figured it out. Cool. What else did I want to add to this? Um, hmm. I want to add more UI controls, like so how the way I'm updating everything right now is just on the side here. I want to completely get rid of these options, so that way people could run this. Um, yeah, what kind of inputs are you using for the neural network again? Is it distance from walls? Yeah, there's about. Let me pause it. If I just click on one of these cars, I could show the raycasts, I believe. Show rays, and then gizmos. Oh, I have to unpause it. Is that wrong? But yeah, they have raycasts. I don't know why you can't see them right now. Is it, can you see them in the game view? Oh, I changed the way the raycasts work, so you can't see them anymore. But yeah, there's a bunch of there's 8 raycasts pointing out in every direction. Like so, it'd be like forward, backwards, diagonals, and left and right. So it's just how far away it is from the walls in those 8 directions, basically. Which isn't a lot of information. It's kind of cool how it could figure out a difference between a right and a left turn just from those distances. Because if you let it train long enough, it will learn how to hug the right corners and stay near the right wall that it should. It's very interesting. I bet if I gave it more information, it could figure out more. Or if I gave it even more raycasts. It actually turns out that the thing that hurts the performance in this the most isn't the neural network, it's actually the raycasts. So I can't just add a ton of them without slowing it down a ton. But yeah, they basically figured it out. So I wanted the raycast of the car that's focused by the camera to have the raycasts on. So before I had them all on, and it was just you couldn't see anything. There was just a blur of lines. But if I just put one raycast on, then you can see what they're learning about. Hmm. The next thing that I wanted to do is teach it how to fly like a drone. It's going to be a very similar approach, but it might be too complicated for the genetic approach. One of those FPS drones that has like no balancing involved. It just has to learn how to. My goal is my idea is just start it off just hovering, making it take off and hover in a spot, and then slowly move that spot so it like learns how to move, and then slowly make it go point to point like the cars are doing. That would be my next goal because I could actually. Oh no, I can't do it on this hard drive. I have another simulation that I could actually fly a FPV drone around with the Xbox controller. I have a real FPV drone controller right here, and the drone is somewhere else. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in this case. But FPV drones are really cool, and I would just want to see if I can make an AI figure out how to fly one because they're really hard to fly. There's so many more inputs and outputs involved in that. So that's another thing I'm tweaking with. Okay. Um, what did I do? I say let's test out our saving system again. I know it works. So if I just pause this, go to our the car on the bottom is not actually a real car. It always stays in this spot, but it has the highest score ever. So I'm gonna save that, unpause it. So we just saved that brain to the file. Now I could end this simulation and we'll know that we have that saved. Cool. Um, I wanted to make this look nicer, like everything. Okay. This wall was a failed experiment. So normally they learn this a lot faster, but I changed their turning radius and the velocity so that they can't make every turn. So they actually have to learn how to slow down on turns in order to not crash into a wall. And they can't change their speed instantaneously anymore, so there's a sense of velocity, which is cool. There is no like sliding out or drifting. I feel like that's going to be hard to implement I would need some sort of sideways friction. But that could be cool if they learn how to drift. I really wonder how the other car I used to use, this car, what script did it use to control it? It had a car script, breakcast script. Didn't it have its own controller? Yeah, this. Wheel vehicle script. This one was not consistent. I want to open it though. How could I open it? Oh, here. Hmm. So I'm wondering why this car wasn't consistent. It must not do everything in a fixed update, because that's what fixed all my problems. Yes, it's doing this particle. This is visuals though, so that doesn't matter. It could have been the raycasts too. I could have been messing it up. So I wonder if this car would work again if I hooked it back in. I really like this car. This car was cool. Um, what do I have to do in order to put this back in the game? I think that the prefab already has the raycast script. So if I go back to those prefabs, assets, prefabs, this car. Oh, this car. It has. What's it have? It has the raycast script, it has the car script, it has the neural network script, so it has everything it needs. It just has different inputs and outputs. Let's try just tossing it in here and see what happens. Because I like this car better because it has so many more parameters that could get tweaked. So where is my main script? Oh, on my prefab. So on the canvas, I have the prefab loader. That's right. That's right. Okay. So this sphere. So I change this with car 2. We should get our old cars back and everything should break. Okay. It doesn't like that. Neural network not set to an instance of an object. Why? I know it's not going to work, but why? Oh, okay. We don't have a controller. Hmm. If I could get this car to work again, it'd be really cool, but I don't think I can. So I might just, I'm going to try it quick just to see how much work it would take. Because it has so many more inputs than the current car. That'd be kind of cool to figure it out again. Okay, so it's not broken anymore. It's just not making any decisions. We could work with that actually. Um, what kind of decisions could I make it make? Oh, so I have to get that vehicle controller. Yeah, so I have to say this. Um, yeah, there's a wheel vehicle type. Wheel vehicle, WV. Yeah. Okay. Nope. I could call it that, I guess. It's probably better. And here we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other components. All right, so now we should have access to this wheel vehicle, and it has all of the inputs to the car. So now the outputs of our brain are going to be what we make the inputs of this wheel vehicle. So what is it? It's external throttle input, external brake input, all of these things. So let's just do the throttle first and the turn input. So I think I could just call them that. So if I go wheel vehicle dot dot what? Yeah, okay, I forgot what I was doing. External throttle input, yeah. I added these. So we say that this equals brain outputs 0. It doesn't matter which output you use, as long as you use one of them. Okay. And this is going to be external turn input. So it should work with just those two, because it could use the throttle and it could turn. If that's all it took to set those back up, that's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Let's see if they work. Fingers crossed. I mean, they're driving. It doesn't like something. Oh, look, because it doesn't have a controller. Okay. We can work with that. These cars have the ability to drift and stuff, which is really cool. And boost. So if I give them all of the inputs and just let them have at it, it could be cool. I thought this is another one. I'm gonna have to, I don't like all the changes I'm making because I'm gonna have to remember it if I have to switch back to the spheres. But these cars were not consistent before. So I have to make sure that they're consistent now. Okay, no problems anymore. And they're working. Wow. It's actually kind of cool. What happened? Scorekeeper. Okay, we have to just keep using that. What if I just gave it a controller? Just because? Oh no, but then it would actually use it. I could give it the controller and deactivate it? No, it will get reactivated. Yeah, let's just get rid of all these. I don't know why these cons are down here. They should be up here. Okay. If we get these cars working again, we're gonna have drifting cars that can learn how to use this AI, which is gonna be much cooler and much less work for me to do. Because I think the raycasts were the problem with the consistency before, not the cars itself. I actually blame the cars when it might not have been their fault. Because these cars have built-in sense of velocity and things like that. But that didn't look very consistent, did it? Because one of them made it all the way over here last time, so it should have done it again. This is the problem I was having. But you know what? I know the problem. It's the same problem as I was having earlier. I'm not resetting the current speeds of this car when it spawns. So they're starting off with a different speed than it did last time, so it doesn't know what to do. I didn't know that in the past when I was using this car. So if I go to the wheel vehicle, there's probably going to be some sort of speed variables like velocity and stuff. And I should really reset them all to 0. Reset values, what's this? Okay, spawn position, spawn rotation, what's that? Okay, so this is right when it starts. And then it resets values. When does it reset the values? I wonder if there's like a reset position. Okay, so this is built in. This is what I have to do. I have to reset the position. Okay, this is perfect. It has it built in. I don't even need to. Right now I'm changing the spawn position. I didn't read this. I didn't look at this asset long enough to know that it had it built in. That's actually really cool. Um, so in this scorekeeper script, I reset the position of the. I set the velocity, angular velocity of the rigid body to that, but not in the script itself. So wherever I get, so I have to do car. Yeah, we don't have wheeled vehicle in here yet. So yeah, wheel vehicle equals car dot get component wheel vehicle, and then we're good. Okay, so now we could do wheel vehicle dot reset position, and that resets the position, velocity, acceleration, and rotation. Let's see if we see more consistent results now. So one of them is making it all the way over to here. It stops there. Let's see if we see that same exact behavior from one of the cars. We don't. They're always worse on the second go around because they're retaining their velocity. I don't know why. I think that's what's going on at least. I thought we figured it out. Where was that I was just looking at in the scorekeeper? Wheel vehicle reset position. This happens when I reset the cars. Let's see what else is going on in here. So RB velocity is getting reset here. Angular velocity and velocity, which is good. We want that to be reset. But what's different between rounds? Steering angle? We could also reset the steering angle. Hi, DCO kids. How's it going? Um, Trying to figure out something. These cars, I have these cars in this game thing, and they're not resetting all of their values every time, every round. Okay. So I'm trying to teach them how to drive around this track. I don't know what this line is. See this thin line here. It looks like they're actually learning, but very slowly. I don't know what's happening here. I want to watch them. A lot of them are dying right here. I have something in place that makes it so the cars can't go backwards, and it's messing them up. So I think I should get rid of that. This whole checkpoint thing. Um, yeah, this whole long if statement I'm gonna get rid of. Now they're gonna have to restart because that's what's making all these cars die right here. They're frozen, and they should be driving forward. Okay, the first round is obviously the best every time. Like this car is doing so good on its first try. I mean, it went backwards, but oh, so now it probably got a lot of a very high score because oh, okay. I actually need that don't go backwards script. But I don't know why the cars do better on their first try and then they mess up. So I restarted again. We'll see they have much more control. Like why doesn't that happen again? One more time. It seems like one of them always makes it that far on their first try every time. And why is it only one? This is strange. We should not see the exact same behavior every single time. I restart it. At least more than one car should possibly do it because it should be random values every time it starts. But every time one car makes it all the way to that turn and then turns around, I don't think. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's not working right now because I tried to replace it with these other cars. I had it working previously with these not cars. They're just spheres, but it actually learns how to drive around the whole track on its own with like an AI that I built. The way it works is there's a bunch of lasers that are shooting out of the car to see how far away things are. It has 8 of them, so it can see how far away the walls are to the right and left and to the front and the side. I should turn them back on. I actually shut those lasers off in here. I turned them off in here because it was using a lot of performance. But if I turn this all back on, it should work again. Let me try that. Yeah, so now they all have those lasers. That's what they're using to drive around the track. That's all that they see. Each car has these lasers, and if it's yellow, it means it's hitting a wall, and it knows how far away these walls are. But if it's white, it means it can't see any further than that. It just knows that there's nothing that far away. So that's how they're learning how to drive around the track. It's all that they could see, and they're using that to learn. So every time this one's doing really good though. I don't know why. It's so weird. That shouldn't be happening at all. And then it doesn't do it again. If it does it once, it should do it every time. That's the other thing. There must be like a random seed happening. It shouldn't be doing the same exact thing. Hmm. So this is the throttle input and the turn input. Um, Maybe if I change these to 0 too. in when we reset all the cars. So right here, so wheel vehicle dot external throttle turn input equals 0. So I'm resetting these values. To 0. So that's how fast it goes and how fast it turns when I'm resetting it each round now. Because these cars are being weird. They should do the same thing every time. Like each round. Right now they're only behaving well on the first round and then they're messing up. It's always these 4 cars, and then one of them makes it through. This is really weird. This is happening. I want to see that again. So it's always 4 cars. Is it really like the seed is the same every round? The random seed? I didn't know that. It's exactly the same every time. Hmm. Can I change how? I'm gonna try to change the random seed in. Okay, so I'm gonna change it to a different number and see if that changes the behavior. Because I didn't think it always started with the same number. So if I go to wherever our random number is being generated, it's in the neural network. I'm just gonna say in here, random dot seed. How do you do that? Random dot seed equals whatever number you want. Okay. 50. Change it. So now we shouldn't see the same behavior. If we do, it's really weird. Oops. Didn't actually start it. Okay, now they don't work at all. Why? Random dot seed is okay, random dot init state I guess I have to use. I don't know how to use it though. Maybe I put a number in here instead. That still doesn't work. Let's see how to use random init state int seed. So if I make the seed the current time, it'll just always change. Let's see if that works. Oh. How do I create date time? Copy this, paste it, see what's wrong with it. Pretty sure I'm missing something. So date time does not exist. Current context. Let's see if what Google says about that. That seems like an answer, but I don't know if it's right. Using system. Is that what I need? That might do it. What are all these errors now? Oh, random. Hmm. So I have two different types of random. Why do I need Unity Engine? For a lot of things. Okay. If I change this to anywhere that I say the word random, if I change it to system.random, then that should fix it. No, okay, so that one's actually Unity Engine.random. Just fixing a bunch of errors I just added. I didn't realize how many random numbers I generate. It's actually a lot. Okay, so now this one is going to be system. Oh, but that's stupid. I'm so dumb. If I use if I'm changing the system.random init state, then yeah, no, I can't do that. This is dumb. I have to look up how to change Unity Engine random. You know, let's just undo all that because that was a waste. Undo, undo, undo. Okay. Yeah. And this line appears to not work. I have to change what I'm searching on Google. Um, how to set Unity Engine random seed. Okay, so I don't even know if this is true, but it seems like it's always starting with the same seed. Hmm. So apparently this is how you do it, random.seed. Let's let's do that. Let's say random.seed equals. It says it's deprecated, but it should still work. Oh. So date time wasn't working because it's supposed to be system. So if I could just say system dot date time, does that work? This might work now. Hmm. Oh wait, now the problem's just another parentheses. Okay, I think it's good. No, is it still not good? No, it's good. It's still not gonna work, I bet. Oh wait, no, it's working. Okay. That was weird. That's not what I'm expecting at all. Hmm. I don't really care what they do as long as they learn how to drive. Okay. We're actually getting better performance now. A little bit. So the cars are learning how to just spin around because of that thing that I commented out earlier. So I really have to get rid of that. It's in the car script. I have to put this back. I thought I could get rid of that, but I couldn't. Okay. Let's see if they learn anything this time. They learned a little bit. Okay, so we should see two cars end there. Exactly. Same way. Close. One car did. Yeah, these cars aren't consistent. That's why I stopped using them. It's a shame though, because they're really cool. These cars would be perfect if they worked. Uh, I wonder if they could actually learn how to go around the track though. What if it's the speed that I'm running them at too? Because that was the problem before. What if I just ran them at like 5 times speed instead of much faster? It shouldn't affect anything, changing the speed. Let's restart it and just start them in real time. Speed. Let's see if that changes anything. No, it doesn't. Oh, but now we have to wait like 80 seconds. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's make it 10 times speed. Hmm. I'm stuck. I wanted to use these cars so bad because they are really cool. If you go and change this back to like 30 times speed, just so the rounds are quicker. If they could still drive at like 50 times speed, then I know that it's kind of still working. I don't think it is. Oh, and all their wheel vehicle scripts are still on, which is why it's taking so long. Yeah, let's just get rid of these guys for now. I'd like to figure out how to fix it because those cars are pretty cool, but they're a little tricky to use. So, well, this will help with the performance. Let's just do this real quick. That one line will help with the performance a lot, but it won't get re-enabled, will it? Yeah, these cars just really don't work. Why? Could that be why it was working? Okay. Hmm. I wonder what's going on. I really don't know. It's like it's almost figuring it out, but it's not. Oh, did I fix the other problem though? Maybe? It looks like I did actually. I wonder if these cars will ever figure it out. Looks like they're getting better at it. Let's lower the mutation amount so that way they're more similar. Yeah, I can't figure this out. I'm probably gonna take a break soon. I don't know what's going on with these guys. That one was close. Okay, let's increase the randomness again. Because it seems like they have it figured out, but they just aren't figuring it out enough. Can they not turn fast enough? No, they definitely can. I might have gotten an extra point just on accident. No. Hmm. They can't figure out this turn right here. I'm stumped. Hmm. Well, while they're trying to figure that out, let's work on something else. I'll probably get rid of them later. Let me just take a look at the wheel vehicle script one more time. Figure out why it's not working right. Maybe they need to be able to brake. We could give them the ability to use the brakes. And actually see how the throttle's being used. Hmm. Hmm. These aren't clamped, these values. I don't think it is. Yes, we're sticking the brain output right here. Um, but really, these should be between 0 and 1. So we need to say float turn input equals, no, yeah, float turn input, we'll just start at 0. And then say if, um, oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, they're using the same input as the turn and the throttle at the same time. Because I didn't change the output from 0 to 1. So it's using like when it's going full, when it's pressing on the gas, it's also turning either right or left, but it can't change its decision. So I'm guessing it's always turning left or right, maybe. Wow, that was dumb. Okay. We should see them figure this out real quick now. Oh man. All right, let's restart that and let's see if they actually learn now. It's the dumb things that really get you stuck. I changed like the random seed. I thought that was it. Why is there like why'd they all do the same thing? I don't get that. Still, change the round time to like 40, so it's half as long, and make him twice as fast. Okay, so now they're actually learning a little bit. They're still not consistent though, these cars. So if we go to the game view, we'll see the high score just update. Let's see if they figure out these turns now. If they can't still, it's okay. That one was weird. It should have died. Okay. It's pretty consistent-ish. I do think I should clamp the values though too. Let's try that. I don't actually know what the brain output is, but it shouldn't. Oh, you know what? The turning radius is too high too. Let's divide both of these by 10. At least for now. Okay. That's more what I was expecting, a better turning radius. Okay. They're actually figuring stuff out now. We'll see. Okay, and it looks pretty consistent. That should still be a 45 score. I'm gonna lower the round time so it's quicker. Okay, it was 46, but yeah, that's still too inconsistent. These cars, so annoying. Hmm. I don't know what's going on now. Why is this turn such a problem for these cars? Is it a hill? Is that why? It is a slight hill. Is that really why they're just sliding off? Let's fix it. Let's see if that's it. Does that look better? A little bit. Okay. Hold on, let's restart this. I want to go back to the canvas. I just want to make it fast as heck. 40, 30. All right, just so we don't have to sit here while they train for too long. Should see them learning now. Oops. What happened? Zoomed out all the way. I can't zoom back in. Hmm. All right. Well, I don't get it. I mean, currently they don't have any way to press on the brakes, so maybe I should give them the brakes too. Um, hmm. I could loop over all the brain outputs, but so let's do that for everything. This should really be in a loop. The throttle should never be negative, so we actually don't want this. We want it to be less than 0, then equals 0. And brain outputs. I mean, actually, we could leave that. Let's make it -1. Because then we don't actually need the break input, because that's literally what the break input does. Alright, let's try this. Maybe the values were out of the range that they should be. That's actually better. Okay. Maybe it's just the simulation was bad. And they actually could figure it out. Yeah, you know what I'm probably gonna do? I'm probably just gonna end stream here-ish, and then train these guys for a while and see how they do and come back. And probably remove them tomorrow. Or later, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get rid of these guys again because they're not consistent and that just ruins all the training that happens. So I might have to make my own more complex cars and just make sure each thing I add stays consistent because these guys are not consistent at all. But it would be cool to see if they can finish the race and still get a fast score. So I'll just let them keep training. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Um, Thank you guys for hanging out and watching, asking questions. I really appreciate it. It was a somewhat uneventful stream. I feel like I went back instead of forward just by trying to put these cars in. Oops, hit the mic. Um, but that's okay. I figured out a lot of things and have our somewhat UI now, and I'll work on this more in the next stream. Thank you guys. See you.